Let's talk about the Aerie command panel. Yours are going to look like this, only they're going to be black. They're magnetic, that way you can piece them together and put them all around the board. Or you can play back with them like this. It's really up to you and whatever you're comfortable with doing. Now, on your Aerie command panel, you're going to have a bunch of different slots for different components. The first thing that you're going to notice is you've got all the 6 traits here. This is your trait counter. We've talked about this in previous videos. You're going to take your trait counter dice, you're going to line them all up here, and you're going to use this to track the trait bonus value throughout the course of the fight for your helot. You've got your turning point counter down here at the bottom of it. It's numbered 1 to 6, and this will hold the cred coins so you can track your turning point counter. And then at the end, after you've landed that turning point bonus attack, you can grab all 6 of these coins and put them in your cred pile. The other thing, probably the most important thing, is the health tracking aspect of the Aerie command panel. So you're going to have all of your helots' hit points for each body location stacked up here in the form of cred coins. Now you'll notice there's a lot of extra space for these. We didn't make it exactly 12 and 10 and 15. The reason we did that is we have lots of plans for expansions for this game. We've got a legacy rulebook that's going to be coming out very shortly in a PDF form. We'll talk more about that at another juncture, but just so you know, this thing's set up to be with you throughout the course of the game in all the places we plan on taking it in the future, so you don't have to go out and buy new components. We're about 20 steps ahead of this thing as we were designing this box, and your Aerie command panel is set up to last for years to come. So, along with tracking all these health conditions, you're also going to be tracking initiative order over here. You may have picked up by now that some of the turns are going to last a while, and it's really good to have locked in what the initiative order is for everything. Once you start doing the floor saws and floor spikes and breaking open boxes and attacking and doing the bleeding and the flaming statuses and all that kind of stuff, at the end of that turn, you don't want to sit there and go, okay, who is next? So that's why we have that tracker built right into this. It keeps the flow of the game going, and it takes a lot of pressure off of people having to memorize things. When we originally did this game, the very first version, it was all pen and paper. And what we learned from that is it's a lot better to have tokens and things like this Aerie command panel laid out to keep the flow of the game going and to keep people concentrating on having fun, not trying to remember whose turn it is and who's supposed to do what now. I'm actually really proud of this thing. I learned CAD just so I could design it and put it together. It's been through a lot of iterations. We've done a lot of tire kicking with this. If you go back and look at how the frame first started in the game to where it's evolved now, it's really come a long way. It's one of the things that I feel makes the game really unique. It gives you a kind of craps table vibe to the action and everything that's going on throughout the game. This was a really cost-effective solution compared to what we had before, and by including the magnets and stuff with it, I just really feel like it took the table presence of this game to the next level. Now, another thing you may be asking yourself is, why do we call it an Aerie command panel? Well, if you look at the front of the box, you'll see that the Lannisters are in these hovercrafts above the helots as they're fighting, and they're screaming down their commands. So those hovercrafts that a Lannister sits in, so you can have an advantageous view of the fight, are called Aeries. And that's where the Aerie command panel comes in. So if you're role-playing, think of this as like your control console in your hovercraft, where you're getting all the feedback and data about your helot's condition and statuses throughout the course of the fight.